Welcome to the It Factor. We're Jemmy and I, and today we're exploring a really important new blog post by Mr. Len Kaplan.
Right. He's the CEO of CDML, that's a managed service provider, MSP based out in Queens, New York.
Exactly. They handle network management, VoIP, cybersecurity, cloud solutions, lots of things relevant to growing businesses. And this deep dive is really for you if you're a small business owner or, managing IT for an organization that's growing.
Definitely. The post is called Cybercriminals Are Gambling with Lives. Heavy title.
It is. And it really unpacks this, well, frankly, terrifying shift in cybercrime. It's quite unsettling.
Yeah, what really jumps out from Kaplan's piece is how cybercrime has pivoted. It's not just about stealing data for money anymore. No, it's become this calculated attack on vulnerability itself, hitting organizations that serve the public good, care for people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're talking real human suffering. And sometimes, tragically, it's even fatal. It's a huge shift.
That's deeply unsettling, isn't it? And, Mr. Kaplan makes it really clear in his article. If you thought maybe attackers wouldn't hit, say, a humanitarian group or a hospital, because it's just wrong.
You hope so.
Right. Well, think again. The past year, according to the article, has completely shattered that idea.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to be sacred.
Which I guess brings up the question, what does that actually look like, in practice?
Yeah.
The article gives some pretty sobering examples like Welthungerhilfe, one of Germany's biggest hunger relief charities.
Okay.
Hit by ransomware last year, paralyzed. It actually disrupted food distribution in crisis zones.
Wow. So people needing aid didn't get it because of hackers.
Directly impacted, yeah. And it didn't stop there. It spread into education, too.
Right. The article mentioned Columbia University.
Exactly. Massive cyber attack. Shut down their IT systems for days. Think about the impact on students, on research.
Huge disruption.
And it's not just the big names. Kaplan points out that K-12 schools, community colleges, universities all over, they're being targeted more and more.
Why them specifically?
Often it's outdated systems and, frankly, just not enough money for proper cybersecurity.
Right.
So, if you're a small business listening, maybe your systems aren't the newest, maybe the security budget is tight, you face a similar kind of risk. Attackers look for those weaknesses.
Makes sense. But the article says the most disturbing line crossed. That's healthcare.
Yeah.
When actual lives are on the line, these hackers, they just don't care.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, the impact is just devastating. The article mentions the UK, right? A diagnostics provider, Synovis.
I saw that.
They got hit. It delayed lab results for NHS hospitals. And the article chillingly states it directly contributed to a patient's death.
That's unbelievable. It's not hypothetical anymore.
Not at all. And then there was the Tongan Ministry of Health, taken offline by ransomware. Imagine emergency care just stopping in an already fragile system.
Horrifying.
And here in the U.S., breaches at places like Mainline Health, Select Medical, Kelly Benefits, exposed medical financial data for over 650,000 people.
650,000. That's huge.
It is. And for you, listening, maybe you run a small online shop, not a hospital.
Right. How does that connect?
The core lesson's the same. A breach of trust, exposing customer data payment info, personal details, it can wreck your reputation, put your customers at serious risk.
Yeah, trust is everything for a small business.
Exactly. And hospitals, they're targets because they can't afford downtime. Lives are at stake. That pressure makes them more likely to pay a ransom fast. They're basically held hostage.
So, okay, what does this all mean? Mr. Kaplan's analysis says these aren't like lone hackers anymore.
No, that's a key point. We're often dealing with sophisticated, well-funded, highly organized ransomware gangs.
Yeah.
Some even have links to nation states.
Okay, so they're serious operations.
Very serious, strategic. The article details their approach. First, they target low defenses but high consequences, meaning organizations like schools, food banks, hospitals.
Yeah.
If they go offline, the pressure to get back up immediately is immense, so they're more likely to pay.
Right, the urgency factor.
Yeah. And for your small business, that translates to whatever is critical for you. Your payment system during peak season, your inventory system, anything vital.
Okay, find the pressure point. And the article also mentions public leaks, threats.
They don't just lock your data, they steal it first.
Oh, double extortion.
Pretty much. They post samples on shame sites on the dark web. They threaten to release sensitive patient records, student info, or, your business's private data if you don't pay up.
Wow.
They might even fake more attacks to squeeze out more money. It's about leveraging fear, public humiliation, not just technical disruption.
So for a small business, a customer data leak.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't shut you down, it could kill your reputation.
Absolutely. Destroy trust. And the third point Kaplan makes is they exploit complexity.
What does that mean exactly?
It means, well, many of these places, big hospitals, small nonprofits, even some businesses, they run on a mix of old platforms, maybe underfunded IT teams, systems that don't talk to each other well.
A bit of patchwork.
Yeah, exactly. A patchwork creates lots of holes, weak spots attackers can slip through. They love that complexity. Maybe you're using older hardware, trying to stitch different software together. That's where they look.
So it's not just a tech problem anymore.
No. It's public safety, it's business continuity, it's serious.
Okay, so pretty terrifying picture. What can organizations actually do, including, your small business? Mr. Kaplan's post talks about how CDML helps these organizations.
Right.
And these same ideas, these services, they're critical for any business, aren't they?
Absolutely. The services CDML offers, they're designed for vulnerable institutions, sure, but they apply universally. First up, 24/7 threat monitoring and detection.
Okay. Eyes on the system all the time.
Yep. Not just watching, but using smart tools, AI, plus human experts to spot weird stuff, potential threats, before they blow up. Getting alerts early.
That sounds crucial. You don't want to find out weeks later.
No way. Then there's planning for the worst. Disaster recovery, DR, and incident response, IR plans.
Okay, having a plan B.
More than that, it's a custom plan. Who does what, how you recover fast, and crucially, as Kaplan implies, you need to test it regularly.
Right, practice makes perfect, even for disasters.
Because when things go wrong, panic sets in. A well-rehearsed plan is your lifeline. Then, the human side.
Yes, the weakest link sometimes.
Often. So security awareness training is vital. Interactive stuff for your staff, teaching them to spot phishing emails, dodgy links, social engineering.
Making everyone part of the defense.
Exactly. Empowering employees. Because one wrong click can bypass all the fancy tech. They need to know they are targets, too.
Makes total sense. Okay, what about compliance? That feels like a minefield for businesses.
It can be. So CDML does compliance and risk assessments, guiding organizations through HIPAA-FERPA, NYDFS, PCI DSS, whatever applies to your industry.
So helping you tick the boxes, but also be genuinely secure.
Precisely. It's about building real security that meets standards and actually protects data. If you handle any customer info, you need to be on top of this.
Got it. And the actual tech, the tools.
Right. Network and endpoint protection. Layered security. Using tools like SonicWall firewalls, Microsoft Defender for 365 to protect email, docs, cloud apps, creating multiple barriers.
Again, harder for attackers.
And finally, secure cloud solutions. Designing cloud setups using zero trust principles. Means never trust, always verify. Every single access attempt, even inside your network, needs authentication. Plus, secure backups, encrypted access. Vital as we all move more to the cloud.
Okay, that's a comprehensive approach. Mr. Kaplan's article really hammers home that these institutions, charities, schools, hospitals, they're society's safety net, right?
Yeah.
And now they're under attack. So the message for you, listening, is clear.
Yeah.
If you run any organization, you are a target.
Yeah.
The consequences of doing nothing, they're not theoretical anymore, they're real. Cybercrime has crossed the line.
Yeah, the core message from Mr. Kaplan's post is just that. It's time to draw that line back. Protecting your data, your systems. It now directly means protecting people, your customers, your community.
So for you, our listeners, you think about this deep dive, maybe take a minute. Consider the vulnerabilities in your own organization. What steps, even small ones, can you take today to shore things up, to protect those who rely on you? Stay safe, stay informed. Till next time.